Yes, Commander.
We are no regrets. What's the plan? GSL. In the service of ire.
Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We are in the final best of 3 of our second round. BBoongBBoong up against GuMiho.
Prime against FXO, that's the next game. Here we have a quick look at the result from the last match that we've seen. Trap against Supernova.
They're going to make that spot really small for BBoongBBoong.
Yeah, BBoongBBoong's nickname is really annoying.
It is super long.
The problem with this nickname is, I mentioned this before, when we set up a database for players, we actually had to tell the coder to prolong the maximum characters that he can use for player names just because of him. Well, anyways, Trap is going to face the winner of the next match. BBoongBBoong Prime up against FXO GuMiho. The Terran versus Zerg. After we now saw a lot of Protoss versus Terran, we have a Zerg player showing up today with BBoongBBoong, who did really well in the past. He was up against another Terran player in the first round of Code A. He was up against the STC. Able to win with a 2-1. Let's see if he can do it again. Facing GuMiho, a very strong Terran opponent.
I feel like both of these players were high-tier Code S material, and they still basically are, but they have to prove it again. I think they're both, you know, if I had to say, if you ask me, what is the BBoongBBoong of Terran? I would say GuMiho. And if you said, what is the Zerg of GuMiho? I would say BBoongBBoong. Like, these guys, to me, are on such similar levels. And this match is going to be really close. I think this may be the closest match we have of the night.
BBoongBBoong bounced back after dropping out of Code A the last season and won one of the Code A qualifiers. GuMiho, of course, dropped down from Code S. Both players are ready.
Yes.
Just stated so in the lobby. The first map is going to be Daybreak. In regards to the ranking, the GSL ranking, GuMiho on ranking 9, with BBoongBBoong on 42.
Now you can see that GuMiho has played about twice as many games as BBoongBBoong. Not quite twice as many, but about that much. It's been around for a lot longer. BBoongBBoong has played on the team league quite a bit. Was able to qualify, and like you said, he bounced back like a bouncy ball.
Yeah. GuMiho struggled a little bit against Zerg in the up and down matches. Also, the last game in the WCS Korea that he played was against the Zerg. Effort defeated him with a 2-0. Now he's up against BBoongBBoong. Very strong Zerg player.
Countdown is started. As said before, the first map is Daybreak. Any strategy is possible. Both these players, similar skill level, similar recognition, been around a while. One of them will move on to the third round to try to get straight into Code S. This is the GSL Code A. BBoongBBoong against GuMiho, cast by Counter and Wolf.
The Zerg starts to the top right of the map in red. He starts for the Prime team, and his ideas.
BBoongBBoong Prime.
Rocking the glasses today for a change.
Yeah.
His opponent, though, the Terran player, was able to single-handedly defeat Slayers in the GSTL. Had a couple of good games in the WCS, but since then dropped off the grid a little bit. At the bottom left, we have the FXO Terran. We have
FXO GuMiho.
He is FXO's 9-tailed fox. He is the Towel Terran, as evident here. No glasses.
Yeah. I've never seen him with glasses. I really hope that he sticks with the style.
I can see him with glasses. It would be weird to me at first, but I would get used to it.
No Marine King glasses, though.
Only Marine King.
Marine King pulls the white rims off somehow.
Marine King just came back from the future.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. That's what the future's like, Callum. I'm so sorry to tell you, because I know you don't really like it that much, but one day, actually, when you're when you're in your 50s, man, you're gonna be wearing those glasses. You're gonna be like, oh, these are so cool.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, we shall see. I've been to the future too.
I've seen you in those glasses.
And actually, yeah,
No,
you
I'm
did
scared.
look cool in those, man.
No, I'm really scared. Pool goes down, no corners cut. BBoongBBoong drops, of course, the 15 hatch first, but then no additional drones, goes straight for the spawning pool. And GuMiho, on the other hand, has no gas, no refinery. Overlord sees the SCD move out for the scout, but we will see the expansion for GuMiho very soon, just waiting for the minerals.
We haven't seen any 2-Raxes today, actually. Usually players will throw 1 2-Rax in there.
I don't really think that GuMiho is going to do it, do you?
Not on this map, but he has done it in the past. We've seen him do a lot of 2-Rax play. But, you know, in this situation, he's playing against someone who, like I said before, I feel like they're really close in skill level. He doesn't have to try to do something risky in the early game.
I have no idea who will win this. I'm absolutely on your page. This is a very, very hard match to call.
I want to point out that BBoongBBoong takes a very fast gas, and he shows it to GuMiho. As a result, he may pull out, even if he didn't plan to originally, just to throw GuMiho off a little bit. He's still in the main base, in fact. He's going to be able to see if he pulls out, and he will see that Eldridge will be pulled. We talked about this earlier. Just because you pull out at first doesn't mean you have to stay out.
Yeah, exactly. You can immediately go for... Stop laughing. There was no... Thank you very much. Pictures in my head, thanks. That's exactly what I needed.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing a nine-tail fox may do to you, man. But
I'm not even gonna jump on that joke.
Double command center for GuMiho, by the way, who went CC before adding his gases. Is now adding those. The wall is being made with the command center, so it's going to be seen by ground. He doesn't actually hide the command center. The Overlord can actually just pop up there and see it if he wants to.
GuMiho at this point has nothing to fear. There's no additional gas being taken for BBoongBBoong, so we won't see an attack with the Roach Baning. We will see a bit of Zergling pressure though, but with the wall that is being put into place by the Terran player for Team FXO, those Zerglings should not be able to do anything unless GuMiho suddenly decides that it's a brilliant idea to move one of those barracks or the command center itself away from this position.
Yeah, he's going to be so disappointed. He's actually committed 26 lings. That's 13 drones he could potentially have, but he just won't. The speed is finished. This is so unfortunate for him. There's no way for him to break through. Like you said, barring GuMiho making some crazy decision.
GuMiho goes for the double factory, and therefore there are a lot of options. Oh my god! Oh wow! I was like, no, no.
I almost said, well, this is the time where he would want to make his add-ons. What if he just lifts? But now the reason why he lifted, by the way, is because he can't make his add-ons here on this map. The player on the Terran on the left position can't make his add-ons as part of the wall. The Lings will kill them.
We saw that already once. This was actually done by Marine King, and when he started to fly one of the barracks into the main base in order to start the add-on, suddenly we had the Zerglings run in. That was scary.
That was so scary, man.
Ouch.
Some people don't like to go to horror movies and stuff. Some people feel squeamish, man. But when I saw that, my heart actually came out of my mouth and I had to eat it again.
If it's going to be too much for you, you can hold your hand. That's okay.
Yeah, I was about to grab you, man, but I feel okay now.
Double engineering bay for GuMiho, and he probably was quite excited about that as well. He's bouncing his chair still. There's a lot of adrenaline rushing through his veins.
Yeah. A lot of FX Open players actually have this thing they do in the booth. I don't know how to explain it, but GuMiho he just likes to bounce. GuMiho's got a lot of little things about his play. Like he's got the towel, he likes to bounce. I don't know.
Very fast upgrades here for GuMiho if you compare it to what BBoongBBoong does. He has those double evolution chambers, but didn't start with the upgrades just yet. An advantage, therefore, for GuMiho. But now, we have the double gas already taking the base. Well, BBoongBBoong has a bit of map presence, of course, with all those Zerglings. Didn't do any damage, which is, of course, always very annoying, but at the same time, he just has these units and this presence on the map, which makes sure that it's tough for GuMiho to get into a dominant position here. Those Hellions do a great job, but they have to be careful. One moment where you don't pay attention to your unit's movements and the Hellions might be surrounded and die.
Yeah. It's funny because the situation that occurs when you have Hellions and Lings is both players have to be so careful. The Hellions, if they're paying attention, you try to attack with your Lings, you might lose all your Lings, but if he's not paying attention, you might kill the Hellions, and it's kind of a back and forth situation where the Hellions have to be constantly babysat, like this. He has to babysit the Hellions, but if the Lings commit, he's going to kill all of them. And third base is actually taken here.
Yeah, it takes the third base. The Hellions trying to pressure.
There's not a lot to defend. He's only got Lings to defend, so GuMiho is playing overly safe with his Hellions right now. He could have actually done a little bit more with that. Killed a few more Lings.
He just
doesn't get the creep instead.
Gets both tumors, both active tumors. No cancel by GuMiho. By BBoongBBoong, of course. Who has now the lair tech coming up, and with its +1/+1 and all these banelings, he could still decide at some point to be aggressive. It's highly unlikely though, especially now with the siege tanks that we have. GuMiho is in a position where he can defend against everything, but of course the banelings are a great option for BBoongBBoong to be defensive here. He can set them up so that even if the Hellions are able to sneak in, he can take them down before they do the touchdown. That's what we talked about.
The Hellions. Line of sight blocker there. This is a huge win for BBoongBBoong.
Yes, takes down 5 Hellions. It's a great position for him to be in now. The last Hellion dies. GuMiho now without this dominance on the map. You want to have those Hellions. As soon as you have 6 Hellions, you can just force your opponent back, especially the Zerglings have a tough time when they are off creep. But BBoongBBoong is still able to get now into the infestation attack. He has so many drones.
Look at his resources as well. Well, this hold that thought as he has maintained up all these things. That kind of almost counteracts what happened with the Hellions earlier, but he has 1,200 resources because he just finished 4 reactors. And the second, his marine production is going to go crazy. As well as his medevac production already started. He starts +2 now. The upgrades for these two players are very close.
I love the Viking for GuMiho. Once again, we have a Terran player who is not afraid of committing a few resources to Vikings. He actually builds 2.
Yes.
And because of that, he will take down so many Overlords. It's definitely worth the money. And he also is able to supply block his opponent, which you can already see.
Yeah, and it's going to be important for drops later on as well. This is just one annoying thing. The Zerg player has to put those Overlords out there, but when the Vikings are there, you can't, if you don't go mutas, you can't kill the Viking. You're just like, well, you just look at the minimap and you're like, well, I guess I'm going to lose 4 Overlords probably this game. Speed for Banelings is almost done as his passive advance is on the way, as well as high. BBoongBBoong has kind of been unpressured after he dealt with those Hellions. This is a big concern for a Terran player. When you lose those Hellions, like you said, you lose your grip on that.
The Hive Tech is coming up already, and BBoongBBoong is just in a position where he's allowed to do everything that he wants. And this is a bit dangerous. Of course, with all those Overlords that are killed by GuMiho, he now has a safe path with the dropships, so that he will not be spotted. It's of course very important here. It might allow him to put on pressure, but he needs to do that soon. Because at this point, BBoongBBoong is building Spine Crawlers, he builds Spore Crawlers, he's setting up his defenses, he has Infestors with energy. And if GuMiho is not hitting a time, BBoongBBoong will be in a position where he can just get this Broodlord composition that is so dangerous.
It's really dangerous. So is this Viking?
He doesn't have a Spire though, he might actually go for the Ultralisk Cavern here.
You're very right. He will definitely, at the very least, be able to get a ton of lands and 3-3 for his Zerglings with that fast hive that he's got. Oh, Baneling Trap. Almost.
And there's the Ultralisk Cavern.
Then the Adrenal Glands as well. This drop, this is a double drop. He's only got 1 Spore here. It could be problematic. The tanks actually siege up in time, and he's able to target really nicely here.
The Bundles are decent. The Banelings running into the Marines. The tanks are gone. GuMiho being pushed back, but the drop in the main phase is a problem. Those too many bags were able to drop past the Spore Crawler. Even the Spine Crawler was able to finish this off, and now the Greens are dying. A nice stutter step, but he needs to retreat to the Medivac. The Medivac could actually just lift them off. It's too late.
It was still a fairly decent trade for GuMiho there. He killed a lot of Lings. These Banelings. Whoa. GuMiho now is going to get in a good position with his tanks at the top of the ramp. And he actually wants to come all the way down to the hatchery. That's really risky, as you can see here.
The Lings are doing so much damage, even without the Adrenal Glands upgrade, they're able to push GuMiho back once again. Both players at the same supply level, but now we have Ultralisks being built, just every single upgrade in the book being researched by BBoongBBoong, who has to be careful against the siege tank. Yes, pulls all of his Banelings back and takes down the tank.
He's preparing. He saw the hive, but he doesn't see the Ultras Cavern. He doesn't know what's Spire. He's actually making extra starports right now. He's probably going to start Viking production. He even gets +1 for his Viking armor, but he hasn't started Marauders. Oh,
no, he's building 4.
This before Ghost Academy. And yeah, he is making 4 Marauders by mistake.
Yeah, we have 2 Ghost Academies, and this is something that GuMiho executed against Soulkey. He used the Ghosts against Infestors. He used them also, of course, for the nukes. And with the double Ghost Academy that we see, nukes is definitely going to be something that he is aiming towards.
Yeah, he just loves to nuke repeatedly, just over and over and over again. until he can wipe his opponent's hatcheries off the map, just with great multitasking. Now one medevac is chased away, the other one is a little bit dead.
Well, they need to be careful. There are so many queens, and they have the transfuse energy. Here comes the transfuse, saves the queen for a second, but then the Zerglings and Banelings streaming. This time the medevac is in time to at least bring 3 of them to safety.
This hatchery is a goner. There's no way for him to save it. 2 more Marines trying to run in here, do some harassment as well. He's all over the place. Maybe a back alley on this one. Hatchery goes down. GuMiho carefully sieges up, also picks some missiles up and sends them away. He's going to go for another drop in the third.
Another fungal kills one of the medivacs. The queen tries to kill another one, but maybe.
Meanwhile, there's a drop at the third.
The queen refuses to do anything.
The drop at the third actually could kill the hatchery if he targets it. He's not targeting anything right now, though.
No, he's completely focused on the fight in the middle of the map. He tries to walk up the ramp, takes down the siege tanks. The supply is still dead even.
Oh man, it looks like he's going to go for the Spore Crawler so he can pick up, but the problem is the Infestors, but he still gets 2 of them. A great trade to kill those Infestors.
Yes, 5 Infestors are left. The +3/+3 upgrades are done for both players, or will be done in just a few seconds. BBoongBBoong is a little bit ahead, but that's not going to matter. There's not a fight approaching. No, nothing. So the upgrades for GuMiho will definitely be done in time.
A concern for GuMiho is his gas right now. He's starting to build that bank finally now that he's remaxing again. He's got 1 gas up in his board. He's going for another big drop in his main base.
1 Ultralisk is not going to be enough, but the Zerglings are helping out.
The Spore Crawler really helps out as well, eliminating one of the retreat paths. May actually just trade here.
GuMiho is just putting up a lot of aggression. Every single time he's just trying to just draw his opponent's units out a little bit and make sure that one of the bases of BBoongBBoong is not really well defended. But in the end, BBoongBBoong is doing a pretty good job at splitting his army to defend against these multi-prong attacks and is defending very well. 200 supply for both of these players, roughly. And now BBoongBBoong starts to head towards the spy. He wants to have the opportunity, the option to just go for attack switch. Another base that he's trying to set up at the bottom right is being attacked.
GuMiho very aware of this. This time, though, I think he'll be able to save it. If he gets a fungal... no, he can't save it. No transfuses, and he can't even transfuse the building structure.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. He did not cancel, and it survives. This was so close.
Maybe he can kill with those SCVs. Maybe not.
He doesn't attack the SCVs, he's like, no.
He wants a supply to make ghosts. He's getting high-sec auto-tracking right now. Those Ultras are so scared.
He's running away from
He's
the
like,
SCVs.
These SCVs must be really strong. Actually, if he kills the SCVs, then GuMiho can make more units, so he's actually just leaving them alone.
Yeah, of course, that's what he's thinking. A drop in the main base is going to be dangerous. The spawning pool will die, but BBoongBBoong is moving in. He's taking down this planetary. All those SCVs are in trouble, and those bundles, they are really strong. But at the same time, the planetary is gone. BBoongBBoong is a bit ahead in supply. GuMiho is not able to force the Zerg to make out. Now he's throwing those Ultras in and takes down both of them. Look at the main base, though.
He's trying to get that high, and he won't, though. Hatchery to the bottom right does finally get taken out.
And now the nuke production has been started.
Yeah, 2 nukes on the way, as well as 4 ghosts.
8 Ultralisks.
GuMiho needs that base up again because he doesn't have a bank, and exactly, he's got 8 more Ultralisks on the way. He's going to go up to 10 here. And the queens become scarier and scarier all the time.
They try to spread the creeps towards the top right.
Oh my god, you see how many hits that brings?
Yeah. That was... the attack at the 4th base. BBoongBBoong needs to defend here. This is going to get scary if he focuses. GuMiho is taking down the space.
Now he runs in with the Broodlings. The Infestors spawn here as well. But this is a great trade for GuMiho. He's going some snipes here on the Ultralisk.
The Ultralisk are trying to put Terran player back, but so much damage dealt, especially with the Marauder force that he has here. And the siege tanks are doing a great job. GuMiho is a little bit ahead in overall supply, and he still has the 4th base to the top left. Another expansion at the bottom right has been cancelled by BBoongBBoong.
Ultralisk Cavern is being targeted down as well. He's going to lose it. That EMP, really helped change that battle on those Infestors.
This is going to get really scary for BBoongBBoong. He needs to stabilize here. His expansions are still being attacked, and now GuMiho is forcing him to retreat again. He can't commit with those Ultralisks, not in a position like this.
Don't forget there are still nukes available that he's not using.
He is losing another hatch if he doesn't pay attention. This will mean that he won't be able to get more gas, and gas is what he needs. He has enough minerals. He's short on gas.
A few Corruptors come out here, but the hatch will fall.
that's not enough to get the Broodlords into the game. Yes,
he doesn't
2
have
or
enough.
3, but that's not what you want.
He's going to lose the hatch to the bottom right as well. GuMiho is tearing him apart like a piece of meat.
GuMiho's playing a great game now. He's everywhere. He takes down the Infestors.
Yeah, he jumps on him with EMPs and EMPs those queens as well.
The Ultralists are being attacked and he's just forcing everything back here. The Ultralists don't stand a chance. Yes, a great bundle, but there's nothing to actually take the Fire Army down.
This is going to be game.
Yeah. He's moving in once more. The queens are dying. The space that has just been completed is going to die. And that's the GG. GuMiho takes game number 1. Well played. Really well played.
Really well done. Saw what he wanted. He took it. Patient play from GuMiho, Tal Terran. A scary moment with that initial barracks lift. But the pressure that Mumu wanted to put on from the initial part of the game was not successful. He lost control of the map when he lost those Hellions, but still was able to remain calm and take grasp over that game with really nice drop play. When your opponent doesn't go mutas, you have to make a ton of Spores and Spines or GuMiho will dismantle you like a bomb.
Yeah, this drop play also just... it was basically what GuMiho tried to do from the start. He forced those Overlords back with the Viking that he produced, and then the way was complete. There was just nothing that could scout the dropships. So every single time, it was a surprise to BBoongBBoong. Very well executed, multi-prong drops. Also the main attacks, Marine King trying to assist GuMiho here. I still remember the day when BBoongBBoong was so close to become a Code S player and Marine King was not able to win against Ace. He was so sorry. He's really trying to help him out here, but GuMiho is a tough opponent and he just showed it. But maybe Marine King saw weakness in GuMiho's play and will give him the idea that he needs in order to take the win on Abyssal City.
GuMiho is such a scary player in the late game. We've talked about this a lot. When the game goes late, this guy knows what to do. He gets nukes, he gets ghosts, he gets the Vikings if necessary. Very aware. He's been playing from behind in games where he's been less than half the supply of his opponent and still won sometimes almost winning. He is so hard to finish off. You cannot kill this guy. We may see BBoongBBoong go for an aggressive opening on this map, an early attack. Like you said, maybe Marine King has tipped him off.
The next map is Abyssal City. What are we going to see? Will we have another 2-0? We are going to find out right now here at the GSL Code A, casted by Colin Wolf.